morning, everyone. Today we're going to work on our upper backs, so a little bit of flexibility for the back. And it's a class that is really good, especially if we kind of, once again, have to stay indoors and don't have that much possibility of going out and we're sitting on a desk. This class is really good for the morning, so you can practice it in the morning if you feel really stiff on your backs. So we're going to start in Bakasana with the legs to the back. So in a sitting position, but with the legs to the back. If this is painful for you, you can have a block in between the legs. And you sit in it. Or if you don't have block, you can have a blanket, you can have a roll towel, you can have a sweater. So something that lifts you up and gets you away with the pain. You can also put kind of something in between the legs, like a towel, that will use to slightly elevate your hips. So what we're going to work first is a breathing exercise that we practice in Ashtanga yoga when you're about to move into a back bend. And the whole reason for this pranayama sequence is just to kind of open slowly every single one of the parts of your body, and especially in your chest, so your back bends not only come from your lower back, which is normally what happens, and then when it comes from the lower back, you start hating back bends, as I used to do, because the pain on the lower back is just too much. So this is meant both as a strengthening exercise, but also mainly as an awareness exercise of how the breath should go when you start back bends. So we're going to start here. And just the first one, we're just going to practice slow. So as we're here, we're just going to exhale all the air out. And inhale slowly, lift ourselves, bring our hips to the front, bring your hands to the back. Keep inhaling, Inhale until your chest is high up, and then exhale. Release the head and the body to the back as much as you can. Hold the exhale, inhale up. Finish the inhale, bringing the hips back into place, and really slowly again. Inhale here, exhale. Go slowly to the back, trying to keep kind of a straight line into the back. We're going to repeat it about 5 times. Okay, and again. Exhale. Inhale. Push your hips to the front. Exhale, release them. Hold. Inhale up. Finish the inhale with the hips into place. Exhale. Go to the back, but try to keep a straight line in the back. Other 4. Inhale up. Exhale, release down. Hold. Inhale up. Finish with the hips in line. Exhale, keep the chest up. Another 2. Inhale. Hips the front, chest up. Exhale, release down. Hold. Inhale up. Hips in line. Exhale slowly down. Last one. And then for this, you can, if it's too much, you can keep your knees as wide as separated as you need. And then you can also bring the feet kind of almost to the side. And if you have a block underneath, maybe that helps you. Last one. As in this one, we're going to try to go into a full Utkatasana. So if you have the flexibility, release the hands into your feet. Inhale. Push the hips to the front, chest up. Exhale, release. Hands into the feet. Hold. Inhale here. Send the chest up and hips forward. Exhale, hold. Inhale, get a little bit forward. Exhale, hold. Last one. Inhale forward. Exhale, hold. Slowly bring your hands into your chest or into your hips. Inhale up. Return the hips in line, and then slowly try to keep a straight line down. That's it. The whole kind of issue with this exercise is mainly to teach you that inhale creates the opening of the chest, and exhales when you find the space to move down and a little bit deeper into your back bend. Then inhale is used to push your hips forward, your chest up. Exhale is used to get into that space and stay. Right. Let's go back now into hands and knees. Then use simple cat and cow just to begin. Getting that space that we got into the chest all around. Today's class is super special because Grace is going to be the standing poses. So we're soon going to start the exercise with Grace, and we're going to work in a peak exercise, in a peak pose that is called Pariankasana. It's new for a lot of people here. That is great. Now add a little bit of creativity into your cat and cow. You can just go around, make undulations, change the sides of the undulations. You can go as slow or as fast as you need. Last exercise of the warm-up. Slowly look down, look at your hands, make sure they're fully open. Make them bring them in line with your shoulders, and slowly release your neck down, tuck your toes down. Ashtanga Namaskar, the 8-pointed pose. Stay here and just feel the opening on the lower back, but also how the pose allows your upper back to open and they use the position of the neck as it is. If you're comfortable here, you can come into the tip of the fingers. And other people would have done this can bring their hands to the back. For today, I'm not cueing it, but you may go into it. Just stay here for a little while. This is a modification of very strong back bend, Anahatasana. Bring the palms of the hands down if they were up, and then just release your hips down. Hands on either side of your shoulders. Inhale up. Small cobra. Exhale down. Inhale up. Small cobra. Look to the right side. A little bit of a twist here. Use the inhale to move your chest forward. Exhale down. Same breathing exercise or pattern as we did before. Inhale up. Chest forward. Exhale, look to the back, twist, return to center and down. This time bring the hands outside of the mat. Then inhale up, try to go a little bit higher. Exhale, look to your right foot. Return to center. Look at your left foot, return to center. And last one. Cross your right foot on top of the left. Inhale up. Keep pushing your feet one on top of the other. Exhale, look at your right, stay here. Return to center and exhale down. Change the crossing of the leg. Keep pushing your right foot down into the ground with the left. Inhale up. Exhale, look to the left. Get awareness about what side is a little bit difficult than the other, and exhale down. Slowly push your hands to the back, moving to a little bit of a counter pose, child's pose with the toes tucked in. From here, slowly start to bring the knees up, find your downward facing dog, find some space, find a little bit of a back bend into your downward facing dog by trying to push your chest towards the knees, towards the hips. Roll your shoulders in, armpits looking towards each other, and slowly walk to the front. We're starting the standing exercise, and I'll give pass to Grace.
Thanks, Lina. So bring yourself up to standing Tadasana at the front of your mat. Inhale, hook your thumbs together, bring your arms up, lean back. Exhale, sweep your hands forward and clasp them behind your back, forward bend, head to knees. Inhale, put your hands down on the ground, step your right foot back, left foot back into plank. Exhale, move yourself back into downward facing dog, feeling expansion in your back and shoulders. Inhale, bring yourself forward to plank. Exhale, bring yourself, bend your elbows, bring yourself down to chaturanga. Inhale, roll over your toes, straighten your arms, look up, bring yourself up to upward facing dog. Feel the stretch in your back. Exhale, bring your bum back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward again into plank. Exhale, knees to the ground, chest, chin back into Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, slide forward, keep your elbows bent, come up into Cobra. Exhale, bring your bum back to your feet and lift up into downward facing dog. And then feel the stretch in the back and shoulders. Inhale, step your right foot forward, followed by your left to the front. Look up. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, bring your head to your knees. Inhale, bring your hands forward, clasp your thumbs together, come all the way up and into a back bend at the top. Exhale, bring your hands down to your side. We'll do that again on the other side. So inhale, clasp your thumbs together, lean back into a back bend, trying to broaden out your shoulders. Exhale, come forward, bring your hands down to the ground, clasp them behind your back, straighten your legs, head to knees, forward bend. Inhale, put your hands down the ground next to your feet, step your left foot back, followed by your right into plank. Exhale, move your bum up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, bend your elbows down into chaturanga. Inhale, roll over your toes, straighten your arms, look up, open your chest into upward facing dog. Exhale, bring your bum back and up into downward facing dog again. Inhale, bring yourself forward into plank. Exhale, knees to the ground, chest, chin, feeling the expansion in your shoulders. Inhale, slide forward, keep your elbows bent, look up, cobra pose. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Bring your bum up against the ground. Inhale, bring your left foot forward, followed by the right to the front, look up. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, bring your head to your knees, forward bend. Inhale, bend your knees, clasp your thumbs together at the front, come all the way up and into back bend. Exhale, bring your hands down to the side. And we're going to introduce some other poses into this. So inhale, clasp your thumbs together, come into your back bend at the top. We'll start again. So we will bend our knees this time. So inhale, bend your knees, clasp your thumbs together, bring your hands up into chair pose. Exhale, bring yourself forward into forward bend, hands to the ground. Inhale, look up and forward, straighten your legs. Exhale, step or jump back into chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward and bring your chest up into upward facing dog. Exhale, move your bum back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right foot forward to the front into warrior one. Make sure you've got a right angle to your knee. And next inhale, lift your hands up to the sky. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. You can have your hands in Kali Mudra, which is pointing as if you've got a gun, or just together in like a prayer, or you can hook your thumbs. And with each breath, try and get a bit more of a back bend, lengthening your chest, lengthening your upper back, and going deeper, feeling the bend of your back. So inhale, exhale, 3 I think will be on. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. And on your exhale, sweep your hands forward and bring them to clasp at the back. And bring your right shoulder into the inside of your knee. And start bringing your head down towards the ground into humble warrior. Inhale, exhale, 1. Feeling the stretch in your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, 2. Making sure your knee is at right angles. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Feeling more of a release in the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, 5. Place your right hand down to the ground outside your foot. And sweep your other hand to the front in front of you, going into side angle pose. Look at your hand. Take the hand out in front, not up. And start to twist your body out. So you're opening your chest to the side. Look at your palm, your little finger. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Putting yourself deeply into your hip and opening your back and shoulders more. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. And keep your right hand on the ground. You're going to move it forward a little bit and start to bend your back knee. We're going to come up into half moon pose. So lifting your leg up. Your right hand is on the ground and your left hand is up in the sky. Again, starting to open your chest if you can. Look at your hand up in the sky, your thumb. If you can't, then just keep looking down to the ground to ground you. Grounding into your toe. And if you want, you can take hold of your foot to get more of a back bend. Bringing your foot back, 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 starting to feel more of an opening in your hip and in your back. We'll do one more. Inhale, exhale there. Really trying to open the chest and the back. And on your next exhale, bring your foot down next to your right foot up at the front. Inhale, bend your knees, bring yourself up into chair pose with your thumbs clasped together. Exhale, bring yourself back to standing pose Tadasana. We'll do the other side. Oh, I'm sweating, don't know about you. So inhale, bend your knees, clasp your thumbs together at the front, come into chair pose. Exhale, hands down to the ground, forward bend. Inhale, look up in front of you. Exhale, step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward into downward facing dog. Really open your chest, feeling the stretch in your back. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, this time bring your left foot forward to the front. Your right foot is at 45 degrees and rise your arms up into warrior one. Inhale, exhale here. Inhale, exhale 2. Bring your arms back even more and really try to get a back bend here. Inhale, exhale 3, feeling your shoulders starting to open up, your back starting to pinch the bottom. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5, and next exhale, take your hands forward and bring them to clasp at your back, bending yourself forward into humble warrior. Bring your shoulder inside your knee, really activate your legs and feel there's some space coming into your shoulders, your chest going forward towards the ground, your head going down 2. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. With every inhale, lengthening. With every exhale, trying to bend a bit more. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Put your hands down to the ground on the outside of your foot. Left hand down to the ground, and your right hand shoots forward over your head into side angle. Look at your palm and really think about this as bringing your chest open to the front, as if you've got a wall at your back and you're trying to press your back against the wall. So it's a real chest opener. It's not just about the legs. So inhale, exhale 1 here. Feeling your chest opening. Inhale, exhale 2. Look at your palm. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Bring your left hand a little bit forward from your foot and start to bend your right leg and bring yourself carefully into Ardha Chandrasana, half the moon pose. So you've got your hips stacking on each other. Your left hand is on the ground, either tented on your fingers or flat if you can. Your right hand up to the sky, pressing to your big toes to feel like you're wobbling. And look up at your hand. Again, bring your right shoulder back to open the chest and get into the shoulder muscles there. And we're going to be here for another 3 breaths. Again, if you want, you can take your right foot with your right hand and arch your back. Bring your right foot back towards your bum. It's almost like dancer. So inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, bring your right foot back down next to your left foot. Exhale here for a minute, and then inhale, sweep your arms forward and hook your thumbs together up into chair pose. Come all the way up, straighten your legs. Exhale, hands down to your side. Into Tadasana. Just take a breath there. Inhale, exhale here. And we will open our legs hip width apart. Bring our arms up to the sky into prayer and down into Malasana, your squat. And Malasana, although we know it's a hip opener, it's actually also a big chest opener. So you want to be making sure that your arms are right inside your knees and your thumbs are right next to your sternum, your chest. And think as if, again, you've got a wall behind you and you're trying to press your back against that wall. So you're thinking of how much you can open your chest and engage your shoulder muscles. So bring the attention into the chest and the upper back rather than the hips for this. And if you struggle with this, you can sit on a block, you can sit on a cushion. We'll be here for a couple more breaths, and then I will hand back over to Lina for the rest of the sequence. So, taking a little bit of a rest here, but still opening the chest and the shoulders.
Sorry guys, I lost it. Right. So from Balasana, slowly bring your hands to the front. And try to go as deep as possible, bringing your buttocks down, down, down. Keep the hands forward, keep the hands forward. Send your chest up and slowly try to release your buttocks down. Hug your knees towards the chest. Once again, use the breath to inhale, open. Exhale, stay. Inhale, open. Exhale, stay. Inhale, open. And exhale, stay. We're going to do a couple of twist and core exercise. So we prepare for the back bends and for the Pariankasana. So from here, we're just going to scoop a little bit to the back. We have enough space in front of the mat. And bring both of your legs forward. Separating about a block distance apart. And we're going to do a modification of Paschimottanasana. Focus on the chest forward. So for here, if you have a block or if you have a blanket, you can put, or a pillow, you can put it in between your legs or in top of your legs. And slowly inhale, as we did before during the breathing exercises, and place the ribs into the blanket as much as you can. And we're not going to move forward more or down more. Just focus on the chest. Focus on really opening the chest. So if you can, kind of put something against the ribs, a blanket, a pillow, a block, just place it there. And from that point, just focus on sending the ribs forward and up. Your hands can go anywhere, around your toes, around your feet, into your calves, ankles. Just stay here, close the eyes. Really focus on the opening. One of the things that happens as you place something into your ribs is that you can easily identify when your upper back starts. So this is when your thoracic and upper back starts. This is where you want to create a little bit more of depth, not into your lower back. One more deep breath here. And exhale slowly. Release. Release the block. Bring your legs together. Cross them. Then just move forward. We're going to go back into similar exercises as we were doing before. So slowly, once again, we're going to move into Anahatasana, or kind of your rabbit pose. So this time we're going to really tuck your toes down, move back, make sure your toes are down, maybe go a little bit to the back, make sure all 5 toes are there. Scoot forward, then come into a position where your hands are underneath your shoulders. Now slowly, we're gonna inhale as we did with the exercise. We're gonna inhale like it was a cow pose and slowly bend the elbows and bring us down. Once again, Ashtanga Namaskar, or a modification of Anahatasana. Keep the hands next to you, or as I said before, you can come into the tip of your fingers, or this time, you can interlace them behind your back. But keep them in a place where you can keep the focus on the upper back, on that, kind of on the ribs area and up. Once again, deep breaths here, staying for a while in this pose. And exhale, release your hips down. You can move your hips side to side to release a little bit of the tension. The neck. And we'll start with the whole session of the back bends here. So we're going to start just bringing strength into the lower back. Bring your feet together. And you can separate the knees, if that's possible. But always try to keep the toes together and if possible, the heels. On the next exhale, evacuate everything completely. Then inhaling, lift the legs only. Imagine you're like really strongly gluing your forehead down. And we're using the whole back, the whole lower back to bring the legs up. We'll stay for about 5 breaths here. So inhale 1, exhale. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. Inhale 4, exhale. Last one, inhale 5, exhale. As you exhale, bring the hands underneath your shoulder. And inhale, push yourself up, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, child's pose with the toes tucked in. Release a little bit of the tension. And we'll go for another exercise. So, once again, starting with Anahatasana this time instead of Ashtanga Namaskar. What we're going to do is we're going to try to keep our hips in line with the knees. You can look at the camera. You can just keep looking at your hips as you start moving the hands forward. And so way of caution, maybe try to move your hips a little bit to the back and keep the hips a little bit to the back. Once again, if you have a block or a blanket, you can place it under. Then you can try to find your ribs down. So it's difficult to find it, but it's a good way of kind of identifying where your ribs start. It doesn't need to be hard strongly there. It's just as a way for you to get awareness of where your ribs start. Then what you're going to try to do is bring the ribs down. Really focusing on bringing the ribs down. Instead of the head, instead of the chin, the forehead, the ribs down. Pay attention to your shoulders and then open them to the side. Armpits trying to look towards each other. Ribs down. Last breath. Exhale. Release if you have a block under. Release yourself down. Slide forward. Once again, down into your mat. Once again, hands underneath your forehead and feet together. This time we're going to bring only the chest up. So inhale here, and the next exhale, exhale completely. And inhale, bring the chest up only. Strongly glue the feet down. Imagine they're like really being glued down. You can bring the hands underneath your shoulder and imagine you're kind of, I don't know, you have superpowers and then the hands are like have a power that is keeping you up. So don't place them down. Just imagine the hands are helping you to stay up and hold here for 4, for 3, maybe go a little bit up for 2, use the ribs down, and 1. Slowly down. Release. Once again, upward facing dog. Open. Knees down. Tuck the toes. Modifies. Transpose. Last time. Once again, hands and knees. Anhatasana. This time without the block, then just really focusing on moving the ribs down. So for this one, you can kind of place the hand into where the ribs start, where the diaphragm is. Just get awareness of where they are and slowly start to move down, but keeping your hips back and in line with the knees. Start to walk your hands forward, and again, focus on bringing the chest down, not your chin, not your forehead, your chest down. Even if you keep the strength and then you stay kind of hovering onto the mat, that keeps, or that brings a bigger back bend than if you bring the forehead down. It's a lot more effort. And notice where the strength comes from. You have to put a lot of strength from your serratus, from the muscles kind of just beneath your shoulders. You really have to use your rhomboids, your lats here. The whole upper back, the whole muscles on the upper back are really working. One deep breath here. Last time. Exhale, slide down and forward. Hands underneath your forehead. Last part of the exercises before going into your peak pose. Feet together. Try to keep the heels together. The knees can separate. And now, hands back. We're going to go for a full kind of pose as it's done in Ashtanga. So your hands facing up into the ceiling, forehead down. Exhale everything out. Inhale, lift legs and chest. Hands stay down. Use the hands to give you strength. Now notice where the ribs are and use the ribs to lift from there. Really place the ribs into the mat and use it to scoop you up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, knees down, tuck your toes, child's pose. And we get ready for Pariankasana. So once again, this time, move your knees forward, sit into your toes. We'll start with one camel pose as we started the class, used to exercise our breath, and I'll move you into Pariankasana. So hands into the hips, you know the drill. As we inhale, we're going to come up and forward, push the hips, bring the chest up. Really notice where your ribs start, bring the ribs up. Exhale, release the hands down. Find your feet, if possible. On the inhale, chest up, ribs up. On the exhale, move the hips forward. Inhale, ribs up, chest up. Exhale, stay and find the space. Inhale, ribs up. Exhale, find the space. Inhale, ribs up. Exhale, find space. Slowly, hands into your hips or in front of your heart. Inhale yourself up. Make sure the hips go in line and exhale slowly. Go down. Keep a straight line. Hands to the back or hands down. We're going to come into the tip of your toes. The toes are quite important in Pariankasana. I'll show you how it goes. So you make a little massage going back and forth into your toes. And just release down once again, sitting in your bum. Scoop forward, hands down. So I'll show you how Pariankasana looks. And we're going to do 2 modifications used to finalize. Pariankasana can be used as a restorative pose, but you can use it as a very deep back bend. I'll show you how the deep back bend looks like. But what we're going to do today is the restorative version. So the first version of Pariankasana, and possibly kind of the one that is more difficult, and by no ways you can look at my body and see that like the Pariankasana is really good for me, is with the toes under. So everyone for now stay up. I'll show you this later and we'll do it three together. For now, I just want to show you how it looks. So we're gonna inhale first, come into bridge. Exhale, interlace the hands under. Afterwards, we're gonna try to bring our heels underneath our buttocks as much as we can. And then that is going to lift your head. Just stay here. This is why the toes are so important here. Keep moving forward, keep moving the chest up. If you can bring the hands back. And then just try to push your knees down and opening your chest. You really need the ribs to open. You really need the upper chest to open, or you're gonna stay away from the mat. Your knees are gonna stay away from the mat forever, which is my case. Then slowly from here to just release the head and down. It's a good exercise to open the toes, but an even better to go into a deep back bend. It really asks you to get your whole ribs in, okay? So that is modification one. We're gonna do the same, but with a block or with a pillow. So keep the pillow close by. And all of us are going to go into a bridge. So leg down. Release any tension. Don't think about the pose or get horrified about the possibility of like not coming into it. The next inhale, lift your hips up, bridge. Backbends. Bring the shoulders or interlace the fingers down. Bring the chest up. Once again, find the ribs to open here. Now slowly, if you can, place the hands underneath your lower back. Then keep lifting. As you do that, start walking your feet towards your buttocks. Keep walking them. Keep walking them. You can use the hands. Now, as you find them underneath your buttocks, you can grab your foot and then use it to bring the top of your head up and down. Now, slowly try to place your blanket or your block underneath. Or just stay here, holding the toes. Holding here for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, and 5. Untuck your head from under, remove anything that is under, and release down. We're going to go for the full restorative pose. Just release down, move your head, legs side to side. This pose can be a lot to do. If you see I still don't have the ankle and psoas flexibility to go to bring the knees down. But it doesn't matter, it's okay. If you have the natural flexibility and you can bring the knees down, that is great. Use the flexibility on the legs to really open your chest. Now bring the knees towards the chest. We're gonna roll forward and look for a restorative. So now, as we started, we sit into our Bakasana. We're gonna get the blocks, a wheel like that. You can also put blankets, lots of blankets, pillows under. You're gonna try to find the place where your ribs start, place the blocks. And we're going to go for a modified version of Pariankasana. If you have the flexibility into your into your hamstrings, into your quadriceps, you can go with your feet on the outside and then you scoop your buttocks up. Otherwise, keep it up, then place a blanket or a pillow just there, just to keep you a little bit higher up. Now the exhale, slowly we're going to start to go down. And here is when it gets difficult because you have to scoop yourself, find the blocks, find the blankets, place them just underneath your ribs. You can release down. And you can make it as high or as low as you need. This is a great pose for knees, but also for chest flexibility. If you feel that your head is a little bit higher up, you can find something to place under, or you can try to put the top of the head down. It's not necessary, but you're focus more on the ribs, focus more on the opening there. And we're going to use the breath. So inhale, use the breath to find the ribs. Exhale, use it to go a little bit more in depth. We'll stay here for about 10 deep breaths. Inhale, ribs in. Exhale, release. And going deep into the pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We're halfway in. Exhale. For the last 5, you can choose to go with your blocks or your blankets a little bit higher up if you want. Just make sure your hips are next or like in the ground or into your feet. Once again, you can find something to place under your head. Last 4 breaths. Last 3 breaths. And last breath. Inhale slowly up. Chest up, slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring yourself up. Very slowly start to move up. Walk your hands forward. Bring your feet underneath your buttocks if they're not there already. Open your knees wide into child's pose. And then move forward and down, child's pose. A little bit of a counter pose here. Use finally. Take 2 more deep breaths here before we move into the closing poses and Shavasana. Again, use the inhale to bring the ribs down. And slowly start to come up. Once again, cross the feet under and move back. Remove any blocks or blankets that you have back. Extend the legs and slowly release down into preparation for Shavasana. Just to finalize, bring your right knee in. Extend your left foot forward, point your toes. Exhale, other side. Release. Find your Shavasana. Just release under. Take notice of your ribs. You can finish your Shavasana. You can go into your Shavasana by placing the hand into the ribs. Just notice if this part of your body is today a little bit warmer. Take awareness of where your ribs are. And realize the importance of that whole upper back. We always see the back as a single unit, which it is, but it's also made of different parts that we sometimes forget to engage because we don't have a sense of every single component within. Slowly start to move your toes and your fingers. Interlace your hands together and make a straight line to the back, getting tall and long here. Bring your right knee once again into the chest. Use the interlacing of the hands to bring the knee closer to the ribs. Use your left hand to bring the right knee towards the left side. Now open the chest towards the right. Once again, notice where your ribs are and try to open from the ribs here. Inhale here. Exhale, go back, deep here. Release, come to the center. Exhale, go to the other side. Knee to the chest. Slowly. Bring the knee in Use the right hand to bring the knee towards the right. And open your chest to the other side. Take awareness of your ribs. Maybe lift your knee a little bit and try to place the shoulder down. And as the knee is a little bit heavier, find the twist first from the back. Really using the ribs, the opening into the ribs to come a little bit more in depth into this twist. Now slowly release everything to the right side. Bring both knees together. Find a cuddle pose. Place your right hand in front of your face. Then move yourself up. You can go in any sitting position you may want to go. You can go back into Bakasana as we started, or find a Lotus Padmasana or a simple cross-legged position. Bring your hands in front of your heart into a prayer and notice how your heart is protected from your ribs, how your heart is on the upper back. Use the inhale to find a space into that upper back, and exhale, use it to find your core and move your tailbone under. Any meditation pose is also a back bend. It's a long-standing back bend that you have to keep. So you have to really keep awareness of your upper back and your lower back as you stay into your lotus, into your cross-legged position, because otherwise you're going to damage the lower back even more. So once again, use the inhale to open the upper back and the exhale to strengthen your lower back, to bring the belly button towards your spine. Last deep breath here. Hands in front of your third eye, in between your eyebrows. And exhale, slowly bow down and under. Feeling grateful with yourself for giving yourself the time to do the class. And thank you too for being in the class. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend and week. Enjoy.